हो गया है, लाइव हो गया है। और ये ग्रीन वॉरियर की 2 आईडी से ज्वाइन क्यों किया?
मैं हूँ भैया, लैपटॉप से किया, उस समय मैं सो रही थी ना तो मोबाइल से ज्वाइन किया।
हाँ, कोई इशू नहीं है, आपकी एक पर्सनल आईडी से कर लो।
हेलो भैया, एम आई ऑडिबल?
यस अंकित, यू आर।
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Good evening, everyone. We'll be starting our session in a few minutes. Please keep your mics and cameras off so as to avoid disturbances. Good evening, everyone. We'll be starting our session in a while. So, till then, please keep your mics and cameras off. A very warm evening to one and all present. Welcome to today's webinar on the occasion of International Day of Forest by Ms. Charu. Everyone is requested to keep their mics off during the session so as to avoid disturbance. You can put your questions in the chat box. We'll take them at the end. Others can raise their hand and ask their questions one by one towards the end. Now, I would like to request introduce the speaker.
A pleasant good afternoon, everyone. I feel immense pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for today's session, Mrs. Charu Sharma. She has done her BTech and MTech from IILM Noida, where she has also worked as an assistant professor. She has also worked as a bench biologist in NIB Noida and has authored many papers on botany and biotechnology, having won a gold medal on a paper presented on festuca grass and the first prize on a paper presented on centipede grass. She currently works as a storyteller at SankalpTaru, an IT-enabled NGO that aims to restore the beautiful forests of India. With a brimming passion for Mother Nature, I would now like to invite Mrs. Charu Sharma.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for such a warm welcome, and I am immensely excited to be able to connect with all of you today. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, it's such a pleasure to be able to connect with all of you today, especially on this occasion of International Day of Forest. Because this occasion gives us the opportunity to talk about the intrinsic relationship between forests and biodiversity, giving special reference to urban forests because most of us reside in cities. So as for the introduction, I am Charu and I work as a storyteller in SankalpTaru Foundation, which is an IT-enabled reforestation nonprofit. And so therefore, I love to tell stories about trees. So today also, we will be starting the session with a story. And this story revolves around trees. So this story is about two ancient cities, one being Uruk of Iraq and the other one is Anuradhapuram of Sri Lanka, and how the number of trees determined their destinies. So this story revolves around that storyline. So around 3000, at the time of 3000 BC, this city of Uruk was catching up with a lot of expansion in its population. So it was expanding its population. And so as a result of the growing population, the city communities had to constantly work on expanding their irrigation systems to feed the growing population. And because the majority of the people were dependent on agriculture as their profession, so the farmers started to chop off, the existing trees in order to make space to cultivate their crops. So initially, it was the initial expansion was going well, but after a certain period of time, because of the lack of trees, that could filter the water supply. Their irrigation system started to get infiltrated, and also due to this continuous evaporation, all the evaporated water was leaving behind all the salt deposits, all the mineral deposits that rendered the soil very salty for agriculture. So it was unfit for agriculture. So Then after like 2000 years, like 2500 years later, another city known as Anuradhapuram of Sri Lanka, it was facing the same problem. Like its population was continually growing, and so they had to like rely upon an explicit irrigation system to be able to keep the supply of water running for their ever-growing population. But there was one difference this time, and the difference was that the trees in this city were considered to be sacred. Because this city housed the outshoot of the Bodhi tree, which was the tree that was supposed to be known for Lord Buddha attaining his enlightenment. So Lord Buddha had sat under that tree while he experienced his enlightenment, and due to these religious references, the farmers' access started to slow down, and they actually started to plant more trees, in the urban parks across the city. And even their irrigation system was constructed in such a manner that it was in concert with the forests surrounding the city. So the population continued to grow, and it reached up to a state where it doubled the population of Europe. But they did not face any problem, and till date also. Durgesh, can I make a request for you to mute yourself? Thank you so much. So nowadays also, like a tree that was grown 2000 years before, they still take care of that tree there in Sri Lanka. So the conclusion behind this story is like, due to this ever increasing modern day urbanization, there is a lot of conditioning in our heads that has been shoved down, that we have lost connection with nature. And because of this lost connection with nature, we have lost the connection of value of trees. But trees have always been a very essential part behind successful cities. And there are a number of reasons why trees are, the reason behind a designing of a successful city. Because like to start with, when there is this extensive rainfall in a city due to erratic weather patterns, the roots of these trees, they act as a sponge bag. These trees, they trap the running water, and they allow the soil to kind of absorb the water and filter all the toxins, and then they very slowly and gently discharge the water back to the surrounding areas, avoiding the flash floods and the mudslides. So they are very, very sensible about it. And apart from the fact that their roots, they filter the toxins, even their porous surface of leaves, they trap pollutants from the air. And they are considered to be a very massive natural carbon sink, because they are able to sequester carbon. They are able to store carbon from the atmosphere and store it in their trunks, so that there is less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and less greenhouse gases that are being trapped in the atmosphere to cause global warming. So if we consider the average life span of a tree around to be 20 years, then a tree is able to sequester 0.5 tons of carbon per its lifespan, and is able to generate 1 ton of free oxygen, for like if it can survive for 20 years. And there are beautiful examples of how these trees, they nurture each other and help each other to like maize saplings. They pass on nutrients, transport nutrients and every vital information to their naive saplings and small trees whose roots have not grown deeper into the ground due to this fungus network that they form, underneath the ground. So there are many examples of how the tree, they are like selflessly providing us with so many things, and we have just lost connection with them. So I think it would be it would be a good idea to be able to connect with them in our own manner, irrespective of our agriculture, of our cultural background. If we are able to connect with nature, able to connect with trees, then it will come to us naturally to protect them. So uh, going with this story, I just want to present a small testimony of the work that we do in SankalpTaru Foundation via a small video, so that you are able to take in what I am talking about, and then we can proceed further with the discussion. So I'll be sharing with the screen.
Excuse me, ma'am. Uh, Excuse me, ma'am. The audio is not there. No, ma'am. It's still not there.
Anshi, can you help me with presenting the video, the link of which I had sent you?
Yeah, Karan, can you please do that?
Thank you, Anshi, for playing the video. I hope there was not any lag and you could see the video. But in case you were not able to see the video, I'll just conclude what we do actually. We are this IT-enabled NGO with a pan-India presence across 25 states and union territories of India. And we are not helping only to combat the planetary emergency of climate crisis, but we are also helping our marginal and rural farmers to uplift their incomes by planting trees on their farms, so that with the help of agroforestry, like generally those trees are fruit-bearing trees, so they start to get financial returns after 2 or 3 years, and their income, they start to stabilize. So if you're wondering what can you do to support the planet, to support environment and people around you from the comfort of your home, then we invite you to go sustainable. You can go for sustainable gifting options. You can gift a tree to your friends or families on the occasion of birthdays, anniversaries, or festivals, or you can just go plant a tree by yourself, for yourself. So when you plant a tree, you get this tree certificate and tree URL link, which is unique to every donor, and that gives you geo coordinates of the location of the tree planted. And we are also among the first India's non-profit to go on blockchain technology. So any of you who must have researched about cryptocurrency and all must be knowing what blockchain technology is. But on a simpler note, it's like if a tree has been planted under your name, then we provide transparency in the technology that it cannot be tagged under the name of another donor, even by mistake. So you can just go and visit our website in case you're looking for some tree planting options. You can plant the trees as per your desired location, and you can go visit the tree, or you can plant the tree as per the zodiac sign of whose birthday is coming next, and you want to give the tree to that person. So that was about one of our initiative. Then we also have our own research center that is running in Delhi, Uttarakhand, and there we are working to provide technological interventions, update technologies to our farmers. We are right now working on electric vehicles, EVs, so that the farmers can transport their goods on those EVs. And we are also working on generating a sustainable energy from agricultural waste. So there is this fellowship program which is also open, and it's a paid fellowship program, so you will be getting a stipend. So in case anyone who wants to contribute in that direction can apply, and it's available on our website. Also, we have another initiative which is known as Gramyam, that is also available on our website. Anybody who wants to support our local farmers, so that website actually supplies all the like masala teas, herbs, and everything that is sourced directly from the farms of the farmers, and all the benefit goes to the farmers because there is no middleman in between. So if you want to just go and support our local rural farmers, you want to go local and you want to support our rural economy, you can shop from that. Instead of buying something that is unintentional, you can go for something which is intentional, which is meaningful. If you are spending, and it's like 149 rupees ka hota hai ek tree, so why not go for an intentional, meaningful option, and why not go towards sustainable lifestyle by just walking one step at a time. So if you guys have any question, I would like to invite any question that you have. You can, for more details, visit our website that I think Anshi would be sharing with all of you. I've shared, I think, the link of the website. If not, then I'll be sharing with Anshi, and you can get in touch with her and get the details. So any other questions that you would want to have, you would want me to answer, and she can facilitate that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspirational words. It was pleasant listening to your experience. Now, I would request all the participants to kindly drop their questions in the chat box and we would take them up one at a time.
How can environmental pollution and biodiversity be improved by using current ecological technologies? That is a very good question. Depends upon on what scale you want to implement it on. If you want to go for something, if you want to go into innovations and invent a technology that can support our environment, you can get funding from the government organization. You can start working and on that, and you can start spreading awareness, or you can connect with and there are many organizations which are inviting participants who want to work in this area and they are ready to fund it. So if you want to do something for the environment, you can research on it, you can prepare a proposal, and then you can contact to such organizations. They'll be funding your project and you can be doing it on your own. So yeah, this is one of the ways that you can do. Should social media portals be used to promote natural conservation? So we have social media platforms. We are active on Insta, we are active on FB, Twitter, LinkedIn, and we are a very interactive organization. We invite a lot of blogs and articles for awareness. There is this story section also in which we invite a lot of stories. We have competitions, we give them with coupons, vouchers. So it's a very interactive platform, and I'll be leaving the details of our social media platforms with Anshi. You can get in touch with her. What approaches can we use to finance the protection of forests? Thank you so much. What approaches can be used to finance the protection of forests in developing countries? So as I told you that if you want to do something, you can get in touch with, there are many organizations which are working that can act as a link between you and the government body. There are a lot of non-profits that will help you to bridge the gap and will help you to get in touch with the government. So you can, prepare a proposal and they will help you to fund it and implement on it. Any other question?
And there is one more question in chat box. What are your views on joint forest management, JFM, in India?
Okay, this is a very, very good question. My views are, I believe in my country's constitution, and there are beautiful laws which are there. It's just that people lack awareness, and there is some kind of misinterpretation, regarding the laws. There are good laws, and sometimes you feel that due to lack of awareness, people are not completely implementing on those. So what you can do is you can spread the awareness by, we are also starting with our campus brand ambassador program, in which we will be talking about all these things and how you can contribute in this direction. So it would not be just theory, but we would give you some very practical steps to implement, to contribute, how you can contribute directly towards all these things. So yes, we will be soon launching that program, and we will be conducting monthly or quarterly webinars on how you can contribute directly to such agencies and get in touch with them. Any other question?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering that. There's one more question. How to increase the effectiveness of the institutional policy of nature protection and biodiversity?
Yes. So, like I was telling, that awareness is very, very important. There are a lot of people who are not from this background or who are not passionate, and they are the ones who are, who, I will not blame it, but who may be acting, irresponsibly. So there are a lot of things that you can do regarding creating awareness, and there are a number of good laws that are there. It's just, I think, the implementation part is missing, and that is due to lack of awareness. So if we can create awareness, and if we can motivate and encourage others to implement them on their level, I think everybody will be working in inclusivity, and that is the goal towards environmental conservation.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining it so beautifully. I hope there are no more questions left. So now I would like to invite Lakshya for delivering vote of thanks.
On the behalf of Green Warriors Club, Hansraj College, I, Lakshya, expresses our immense gratitude to our honorable chief guest, Ms. Charu Sharma, for being with us on this evening. Your presence and candid words have been a source of knowledge for all of us. We wholeheartedly thank you for your wisdom.
Thank you so much.
I would also like to thank our team who worked hard to make this event successful, and our audience for paying attention to the battle. Thank you, everyone. I would request everyone to switch on their videos. Everyone, please switch on your videos.
Thank you for such beautiful feedback.
Guys, feedback form is in comment box. Please do fill that form. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope you will be taking a step closer towards sustainable development, and there are a lot of things that you can do at your own level. There are a lot of things that you can start from your kitchen, for example, waste management, or you can just start planting in your own house, or you can create kitchen garden. But the first step that you can start from is like just segregating your own waste. So if we are able to do it on our own level, and there is awareness and everybody is doing it, then they will be abiding by the laws naturally, and we will not have to force them to abide by the laws. But there are laws, good laws everywhere. It's just the implementation part, and if we can start implementing on our own level, then I think it will be able to work on a larger scale. Thank you so much.